We'll remove the rear differential drain plug, and we'll pull the screen out and inspect the screen. And I have some very important information on that screen. The guy at RK19 told me, he says, whatever you do, only hand tighten the screen, because it's aluminum, and if you try to tighten it, you'll break it, and then you have to buy a new one. That is good information, because I would have over tightened it, I would have broke it, and I would have had to buy a new one. And then I would have cussed. Alright, so that looks like there's a good gasket on it. No Teflon tape. Alright. We'll remove the screen. And it should be not very tight. And it doesn't seem to be. And we'll clean this with diesel fuel and probably some brake cleaner if we have some. But we want to make sure we get all the metal and all the crap out of it. So it should have a lot. Oh, yeah, I got crap falling on my hands now. Metal shavings, dirt. It ought to be a beaut. Oh, here it comes. Yep. So there it is. And like I said, very important when you put it back in, finger tight. And because it breaks off easy, he said. So we'll go ahead and clean it up. It looks filthy. I can see all kinds of shit on it. And then we'll reinstall it. That's all cleaned up. I blew it out real good and got all the debris off. There's a lot of paint and shit that chips off. So make sure that's all cleaned off. You don't want any of that going back in. And we'll go ahead and reinstall it. And finger tight. I think we'll do a little bit better than finger tight, but we'll certainly take caution when we snug it down. And that's going to do it right there. Okay, we'll reinstall the plug. We can reach it from over here. There it is. Okay, we'll remove the old filter. The last drain plug. And this should be it. We should be, after this, we'll just refill the system, and then we'll go back over everything and double check to make sure everything's tightened and wiped off. We've made quite a mess, so we'll try to get this cleaned up before the wife gets home. Nobody wants to listen to her bitch. Alright, so we'll let that drain. Once again, we'll inspect our plug. Looks pretty good. It's got a gasket on it. No Teflon tape. Clean up around there. Looks pretty good. A lot of dirt. But that's why it's a filter. We'll reinstall our plug. Snug that down. would certainly help if I had the correct wrench and I wasn't using this oversized crescent wrench, but I don't, so. Okay, and that's got it. So now we'll take the new filter here. Again, we'll get a little bit of this oil. Rub around that seal there. We just want to make sure it's going to seal up. That help it. Screw it on there. Hand tight. And I'll use this to get a little bit better grip. There we go. All right, so now we'll go to the rear and we'll start adding our hydraulic fluid. See if we can't make a bigger mess. All right. So with everything reinstalled, all the plugs back in and the filters on, we're going to go ahead and add 4 gallons to the rear fill, and then we'll check it through the sight glass right there. So with it being in a 5-gallon jug, and I've already made this huge mess with all this crap laying around, I'm going to try to hurry up and get this in, not make that big of a mess before the wife gets home, and hopefully we look like we're professionals here. Everybody knows we're not, but here we go. So we're all done with our service on the RK19 tractor. It took just at 4 gallons to top off the hydraulic system. We went back over everything and we tightened and double checked. I did find that on the front differential, right inside the tires on the top, is in fact a small plug. It's a small metal bolt, and it's marked with yellow paint. I'm kind of a big guy. I didn't see it when I leaned in, and I found it when I was double checking the system. That's why you always double check. I was able to get that last cord in. I removed those. It released the air pocket that was in the front differential, and that last quart went in perfect. So it took just at 3 quarts, and it was 4 gallons of hydraulic, and I believe it was 3 quarts of oil. So it was $102 and change. The service is done for the 50 hour, and everything seems to be perfect. It runs great. I will say this. I noticed this. After the service and everything was done, the tractor ran better. It just seemed a lot freer. It seemed to not work as hard to move in a forward or reverse. And cleaning that screen, it made a difference. It really did. And so I hope this helped you, and I hope you enjoy your RK19 tractor as much as I do. So far, so good. It does everything we need it to do, and we're certainly going to find out this winter if it's worth its price, because we heat with firewood, have an outdoor wood burner, and we're going to move some logs. Thanks.